President Trump on Friday signed the sweeping Republican tax bill, enacting his first major legislative accomplishment into law. The bill's signing ends the president's first year in office on a high note. The president has had some other successes as well, in areas such as rolling back regulations and getting a new Supreme Court Justice, Neil Gorsuch, confirmed. But Republicans were unable to repeal and replace Obamacare, and the headlines over the past year have also at times been dominated by the Russia election meddling investigations and palace intrigue stories about disagreements among Trump's staff. Trump had been calling for tax cuts since the early days of his presidential campaign. He first released the tax plan in September 2015, about 3 months after announcing his candidacy. Over the summer and fall of this year, the president gave a series of speeches across the country in an effort to sell the GOP's tax cut efforts to the public, calling the plan a middle-class miracle. He also took to Twitter to weigh in on aspects of the legislation. For example, he pushed back after reports emerged that lawmakers were considering lower limits on pre-tax contributions to 401k retirement plans. He also urged lawmakers to include repeal of Obamacare's individual mandate in the bill, a priority that eventually became a reality. Members of Trump's economic team worked with congressional GOP leadership to produce a tax framework in September of this year that provided guidelines to the tax writing committees as they wrote bills. The administration let lawmakers take the lead in crafting the details of legislation, but provided some technical expertise. The new tax law lowers rates for individuals and corporations and creates a new deduction for pass-through businesses whose income is taxed through the individual code. It also roughly doubles the standard deduction, increases the child tax credit and curbs a number of tax breaks. In order to comply with Senate budget rules, the tax cuts for individuals and pass-throughs expire after 2025, while the lower corporate tax rate is permanent. Republicans in Congress were united throughout the tax overhaul process, determined to show the public that they could govern after their setbacks on health care. Every GOP senator present voted for the final package, and there were only 12 defections among House Republicans. Trump publicly made efforts to try to get Democrats to vote for the measure as well, particularly senators facing 2018 re-election bids in states the president carried in 2016. But while the president gave speeches on the tax plan in states with vulnerable Democratic senators such as Missouri, North Dakota, Indiana and Pennsylvania, no Democrat in either chamber of Congress ultimately backed the package. Democrats have focused on the fact that some taxpayers would get tax increases and have argued that the largest benefits will go to wealthy people like the president. They think attacking Republicans on the plan will help them in the midterms since polls show the measure is unpopular with the public. But Republicans are brushing off the polls, arguing that public opinion will change in February when people start to see higher take-home pay. They argue that the bill will be a winner because it will boost job creation, wages and the economy.